and welcome to episode number 94 of the Nintendo Jump Podcast. We're a weekly discussion podcast created for Nintendo gamers by Nintendo gamers. It's April 16th. My name is Daryl, and today I'm once again joined by Sergio. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty awesome. It's been a good week. It's been good, traditional Animal Crossing fun, and not much else, so I'm perfect.
So I gotta say, and I have been utterly shocked to see you playing a game that is not entitled Animal Crossing lately.
Oh.
That you have been getting in some Rocket League time still, so it's not completely gone. I'm actually very happy to see that, so just want to say it. Anyways.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah. It scratches that competitive itch that we all get from time to time.
What, the tournament Animal Crossing we've been running all month isn't doing it?
It's a different type of competitive. The other one, Rocket League, it's a little more inviting to curse words and the like.
Oh, I disagree. Anyways, also with us this week, TJ, how are you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. Everything's weird. So time stood still. I'm still enjoying being home, but the whole world's weird right now. So that's all I got. I'm doing okay, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that too. Oh, man. And then Kevin, how are you, man?
Man, I'm just doing decent. Just doing the whole work from home thing still. Some outdoor running, some video gaming. Yeah, man, just been trying to keep it up. And I have to refill my kombucha supplies soon, so might have to stop by the make a trip to Costco. Where to keep the costs low. So we'll see. I'm not gonna mention what kind of kombucha I'm gonna buy because we're not gonna get sponsored. I know.
Do you get them by the bottle or by the barrel?
Oh, I get them by the packs. I wish I could get it by the barrel. That'd be great. I would buy like 7,000 kegs, store it
To
somewhere.
get them by the river.
Oh man, a kombucha river.
Oh,
That'd be great. You're here at Oregon. Make that happen.
I used to grab the spare bottle of kombucha now and then from the store, and now I just kind of look at it on the shelf and shake my head and I walk away. So,
Well, so here's what you do. Don't do that. You buy one, drink it, and then you'll be hooked for life. So
that's all I got.
okay. Anyway, me too.
Well, I'm glad to be talking to you guys. It's been kind of a weird time. Yeah. Like TJ said, it's just kind of a crazy world right now. So, we're all kind of getting through it together. But what helps some of that? Some video games, right? So we've all been playing a lot of video games lately, maybe more than our usual average. I'm gonna start actually with Kevin. You have been playing something pretty cool. You want to talk about it?
Hell yeah, but bam, man. You know what? Before I do, though, I just want to say shout out to one of our favorite, Discord friends ever. You know him as Darkus, Dark Santa. He had a closed beta code that he unfortunately was not able to use, and he graciously gave it to us. Well, first to Daryl, then Daryl asked if anyone else was taking it. I said yes, so that's how it went. So thank you, Daryl, for letting me play because I enjoyed this game. Now, before I go into it, Vigor is a free-to-play online action game, okay, by Bohemia Interactive, originally for the Xbox One, but now it's going to come on the Switch. And so Darkus had a closed beta Switch code that lasted from last Thursday to today. And it's kind of like how you say PUBG or H1Z1, not really like Fortnite. But in the sense of, kind of like that, it's like Battle Royale, but not really. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's so the setting is post Norway, 1991, right? Like just post-apocalyptic. You're in this environment where just things are just shattered, and you have to, rely on getting airdrops. You want to do a lot of looting. As Darkus would have told me, he did tell me before that it is a shooter looter. So the focus is a lot more on looting than shooting. So it's like a 60-40 split, right? Like 60% looting, 40% shooting. So I'm bringing that back. I know. Yeah. But what I really like about this is that, like in games like PUBG and Fortnite and Z1, like And Call of Duty Warzone, or whatever you call it. I don't even know the name of that. I just know that's a Call of Duty Battle Royale game. Anyway, so the difference
Wait, you
is
haven't
that
played that yet?
No.
Is anybody else here surprised by that? I'm kind of
Yeah.
surprised by that, actually.
Come on, man.
I
You gotta
know,
be
you
on
know-
brand.
Yeah, well, look, there's
Gotta keep
days
up that .97 kill death ratio, man. Come on.
well, let me tell you something, Daryl. At this point in my illustrious career, it's not 0.97. It's more like a 1.5. I don't know, but anyway, you're right. I definitely need to keep it up.
0.62.
Realistically, no, but it's definitely at least the one. I know I'm speaking about the past, but you know what? For me, that's for another day. So for Vigor, it's like you have this. So you're introduced to a situation where you're in Post Norway and you have your own shelter, and in the shelter, you have different things you can do. Whether it's to equip weapons you find during matches. Improve your shelter, donate food to get crates you can earn from matches. So there's two things, right? You have your shelter area, then you have the matches. So basically with this closed beta, you're limited to solo or team play being two people on each team. But that didn't work that well because I only matched with one team, and other times it just didn't work. So I did a lot of solo play, and a lot of it is just, a bunch of others in the match. Position in different random parts of the map, right? And the maps, I have to say though, unlike PUBG and Fortnite, there are multiple maps, and it is beautiful. Like, there's you could be in the snow. There's like mountains, rivers. Like visually, it's pretty awesome. Now I do have to say though, I definitely prefer playing docked because on handheld. Doesn't look as good. It's a very minor gripe, but that's okay. So anyway, so the premise of the solo play in this situation is that you want to wait for the airdrop to come. So the airdrop is this, big bag of like loot or a care package that comes down, and you want to take it and then run to a safe zone. So there's multiple safe zones in the map, and basically you're probably thinking, well, Kevin, like this just sounds like PUBG or like other games that are battle royale. No, the reason being is because you can go to a match and just get some loot and then leave right away. You're not dictated or restricted by having to kill all the other people on the map and be the last man standing. The objective is not to be the last man standing, unlike the other battle royale games that y'all may or may not be familiar with. So it's pretty cool because then, for me, I try to focus on, well, it's 60-40 split, right? Like 60% of the time I'm going to go for the airdrop, but 40% of the time I'm going to go for some loot, get some nails, get some like military resources or some electric outlets or whatever. I don't know, it's not outlets, but like electric things that I haven't paid as much attention to, and be able to use those to upgrade my shelter, which will get me better equipment and better things to craft. So that's the point. So looting will help you craft better items. Okay, so that's a good thing.
So I gotta ask a question. I'm sorry. I'm gonna jump in here.
Yeah, go for it.
You play this game in like a series of rounds, so it's kind of like a battle royale, right?
Yes.
How long do the rounds last?
That's a good question, Daryl. The rounds usually last between 10 to 15 minutes.
See, that seems a lot shorter than what you're describing because you're talking about like building your base and stuff, and I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah. So I just want to clarify. So when you build your base, it's like the main screen. So that's like your lobby, right? So I just want to clarify that, right? So there's two places in the game. You have your lobby-ish area, which is pretty much your lobby map with your shelter that you're trying to improve. As you play more matches and as you put more resources into it. So and then the other area is going into the actual matches with different maps. So just want to make that clear. So anyway, yeah, and so in the matches, there's only one mode. It's just the airdrop mode where you have to get the airdrop and just escape as soon as possible because back to Daryl's question, 10 to 15 minutes, or it could be 5 seconds if you find someone they they kill you. But
all right, I just landed. I'm gonna pick up this. Oh,
You just described me every time I've ever played a shooter. So
now, I have some good news, Shai. You don't have to die that often in this game. You can be this game has it's very, very open to surviving, and you're not just like
so am I.
Oh, good. Because in
Aligns
PUBG,
with my personal philosophies quite well, actually.
well, very good. Then you'll like this game already. It's already a +1. But so a lot of times, you can go through the entire round without dying and just like try to. You don't have to go because in every match you'll see an area of where the airdrop is going to be, and you can just avoid it completely and just get a bunch of loot. And you can also go to a safe where you can unlock the safe and then get more like rare loot. But the caveat is that there's gonna be other people who are trying to get to the safe because they may not want to get the airdrop. Maybe they want to go to the safe or do both. So you have to really gauge and see like how do you play that match, right?
So how many people are in each round?
I don't know the max number, but I've seen like at least 9 or 10. So
okay, interesting.
Yeah, and okay. I'm glad you mentioned that. So while the match is loading, right, you get to see everybody else and their weapon loadout, and then you have the option to use your money to either boost the chances of getting more loot, or a better airdrop, or insurance. And the thing is, it's a community, so everyone can do it. So like it's like a percentage bar, right? So it's like from 100% to 500%. And a lot of times people want to get like more loot, or they'll spend money. You can only do 3 times per category, and be able to boost the chances of getting more loot, better airdrop, or insurance. Now, insurance is basically you get to protect your loadout, because when you go into a match with weapons, if you die, you lose your weapons and any loot that you get. So insurance is like 60, like it costs 60 coins. Now you probably want to do that if you're gonna go like Rambo, go into try to kill as many people as you can and just not care. But if you don't use insurance, you want to be more meticulous and be more conservative of like how you move and how you go throughout the round. So now fortunately for me, I got very lucky in a situation where I killed 2 people in the game, or in that round, where one of them saw the airdrop. I didn't let him get to the airdrop, and then I was chasing someone who did get the airdrop, and then I got the airdrop loot, and I ran to the safe zone. Now, the question is like, okay, well, why do you want to run to the safe zone? Is there a time limit? Yes. So, regardless of when the airdrop loot gets taken or not, once that airdrop goes down to the map, there's a set time limit where you won't know like how much time, but then it'll start, and then you'll see a warning saying radiation is coming, you better escape, radiation is coming. And if you don't escape and you have like a bunch of stuff, even if you have your airdrop loot, like if you don't escape in time, you lose all that stuff. So so that's why it limits to like 10 to 15 minutes per match, and I think it's a pretty good length because like you can play more. I know I've been in situations like when I played PUBG before, like the round lasts like I think 20-30 minutes. I'm like, nah, dude, this is not my spiel. So that's pretty much Vigor. So it's an anti-battle royale basically.
So would you describe it as invigorating?
You know what? It is if you survive. But when you die, it's like, oh man.
Would you say that playing it requires you to be vigorous?
It does.
Okay.
Well,
good.
60% of the time. 40% of the time you probably don't have to. But
no, I'm glad you got a chance to try it. Just for anybody listening, this is gonna be a free to play game, right? So you're gonna be able to pick up this game and play it with people online, which is pretty nice. Like a lot of really cool games are free to play on Switch right now, including Fortnite, which is probably our best battle royale option currently. I'm glad you enjoyed it though. Would you just kind of recommend it to anybody who's just kind of a shooter fan?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Daryl. I 235%. No, 236%
Ooh,
recommended
he
game.
upped it. He
wow.
upped
I'm
it.
+1.
Oh.
Man. Yeah. Like,
All right, man. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't play shooters like at all. Maybe Splatoon, and I'm horrible at it. Let's say I was going to say, I'm going to play Fortnite or I'm going to play Vigor. Like, give me your 30-second sales pitch on why I should pick Vigor over Fortnite.
All right, so in Vigor, you don't have to die. You know, you have more chances to live than Fortnite. Fortnite, it's last man standing. You know, you don't have as many chances to survive. Even though it may be there may be more opportunities to to build stuff in Fortnite, but in Vigor, you are free to roam around as you please. You can even go into a match, get some loot, and then be gone in like a minute. Simple as that.
Okay. Not dying, sold. All right.
Now, I would say you don't have to die in Fortnite either. You could just get good. But
how long have you known me? That's not an option for me.
Just saying. No.
2 years of Rocket League should have told you I don't get good. But anyway.
So, Kevin, two final questions. One, does this game have motion controls at all? Because after Splatoon, it's kind of ruined me for any shooter that doesn't have them.
So based on my experience, it does not. Now I may have not used.
Daryl has left the chat.
Oh no! You will have to rely on your right analog stick, unfortunately. But shooting in this game with the right analog stick, it's actually not terrible. It feels pretty good in the hands. It's not like a Call of Duty. It's kind of like between a Call of Duty and Battlefield sort of thing. Here's the thing: when you aim with the gun, you can either do it in third person or in first person. So there's that option, depending on what gun you have. For me, I like to use. There's one assault rifle that I like to use in the game where it's a 3-round burst, and I typically switch between the third person and the first person depending on the proximity of the person I'm trying to shoot at.
Can you switch it to 1.5 person if you're just kind of split on them?
Well, you know what? That might not be possible. You could leave some feedback. Because there was a survey you can. Okay.
No, I do have one more question. So you did play the closed demo, right? This game is coming out on a free to play. I'm not really sure when, but fairly soon to Switch. You planning on picking it up?
236%. Yes, I will, man.
All right.
I'm gonna be.
I will probably pick it up as well.
Very good. And for me, I'm semi-retired in shooters. But this is bringing me back. So I'm
nice.
I'm looking forward to it for other game modes too, because the game mode that I played, it got a little monotonous after 20, 25 matches, but I wanted to see something different. And
that's not a bad number for something to get monotonous after. 20 times. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. With
right.
one successful run at airdrop, but I consider it a success. Yeah.
Take the W. All right. we're gonna move on. That sounds awesome. I'm glad. Sergio, what have you been playing lately?
Just as far as single player goes, just Animal Crossing. Like you said, some Rocket League here and there for competitive, but very little. Maybe an hour a day.
Okay.
Nice.
Very little, he says.
I like how that's a little. Well, compared to his 22 hours of Animal Crossing, it's less than 5%. So.
Yeah, I can see why that's a cutback. You still liking it? You still loving it? Still great?
Oh yeah.
Game of the
definitely.
year?
And it kind of feels like a different game back to the beginning because there aren't eggs everywhere anymore. So man, what a change!
God, oh my.
Yeah.
The bunny's gone.
Freaking Bunny Day of all things. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit. I'm not playing an hour a day. I'm trying very hard to prove the old adage that this is a game that you can play 30 minutes every day. So I'm trying to play it 30 minutes every day. I gotta say, that's kind of a lie for this game. And that's not because I'm super addicted or anything. I'm saying to make progress, especially early on, it actually requires a lot. Early on,
yes. Oh goodness, yes.
Absolutely.
First day is an hour and a half to do the stuff you're actually supposed to do on the first day. I'm maybe after a while it kind of settles down.
And that's why my playtime on that game is still 0.
Well, Daryl, I can give you a tip, I guess, we could say, and for our listeners too. There's one new thing that I've been doing. So whenever I catch a bug, I actually do like a suction noise. It's like a and it's pretty satisfying. The bigger the bug, the louder you gotta do it. But I'm not going back. I cannot stop doing it.
That is amazing.
So
this needs to be live streamed, sir.
Yeah,
Get on Twitch.
TJ and I are on the same path here. Has this been recorded in any way?
Not yet.
Oh my god, that is.
This needs to be recorded. And I mean, with gameplay. Like, this has to, like, a commentated gameplay segment streamed on Twitch. Has to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, since Animal Crossing is our game of the month, I promise you, listeners, that this will happen. So
there we go.
Look forward to that timing. We're trying to figure out the timing with all parties involved to get the best possible suction noises.
Well, what we need is a variety, different sizes of bugs, so you can get the small and the large, and we got to get it all.
Yeah. Go find a Tarantula Island, and okay. All right. So yeah, that's my promise to listeners. If it doesn't happen, blame Sergio.
It'll happen.
One other thing going on in Animal Crossing. So we're actually running a contest in our Discord. It's actually kind of fun. So we're running a little costume contest. We're as part of Halloween in April. We're asking people to send in a picture with you wearing your best costume, and at the end of the day we're going to compile them all, post them, get them voted on, post them to our blog so everybody can take a look. If you want to participate, you need to be in our Discord, so you will find a link to our Discord in our show notes and on Twitter and all over the place, right? Because we like people coming to our Discord. But yeah, definitely please look forward to that. It is I'm looking forward to seeing what people come up with. I'm going to work on my own custom costume, so here we go. But no, so it is a contest, so there will be an eShop prize. Small eShop value for whoever gets the most votes. So it should be fun.
Yeah, and I have to say, speaking of costumes, I have a hard time, using my wardrobe because I have so many things I want to wear, and I'm maxing out. I maxed out my 320 slots, and I'm thinking of upgrading my house again to get more slots. But I'm like, I just have to sell apparel things that I just don't need anymore.
See, I designed my own shirt and hat and put those on, and have not put anything else on since then.
I should do that
because my clothes are perfect.
Well, that's.
I'm trying to unlock Mabel so that I can, the store, so I can actually post these so that everybody can see how perfect they are, because they are freaking perfect.
That would be great. I want that in every single person's Mabel store.
So I will. You better believe I'll be spreading that around as soon as I actually can. But she won't freaking come back. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not angry. You're angry. Anyways,
okay, yeah.
Okay, so Animal Crossing, we'll keep coming back to it because, hey, we have one of the biggest fans ever on our show. I'm going to get into something I've been playing with a bunch of people. So right now, if it's still going on, I think it is, the game Invisigun is on sale for $1 in the eShop. If you have not heard of Invisigun, it is unlike anything I've ever played. Kind of. It's I keep describing it this way. The best thing I can say about it is that the feeling you get playing Invisigun with people is the same feeling, at least for me, that I got when the first few times I played Bomberman, which is huge high praise because Bomberman was kind of known, for being, at least initially, being this really fun, crazy multiplayer game. Invisigun kind of does that. So the overall shtick here is that all the characters are invisible. They have cloaking devices. So you see them at the start of the game, and then they quickly disappear. And you're moving around on kind of this top-down playing field and trying to shoot each other. And every time you shoot, you become visible for a little bit, so everybody can see you. One, you can see yourself, so you can get a feel for actually where you are now, because it actually is a little bit hard to keep up with where your character is, which is part of the fun here, especially on levels that have conveyor belts. I'm not kidding. So anyways, But there, on every level, there's like little patches of like grass or water or snow or something that give little indications when people walk past them. Some of them have like security cameras and such that turn and look, and some of them have just grass you can see. If anybody bumps into a wall, it actually colors that wall in their color briefly. So if you're paying attention, you can kind of start seeing where people are just by where they're moving. You can hear their footsteps, so you can know that they're moving. And then you start looking around for them, and it's basically just this like spy versus spy. Where am I? Where are you? How can I shoot you if you're invisible and I'm invisible? And there's like 70 something maps, and there's like it's got online multiplayer, 4-player online multiplayer, a bunch of different game modes, a bunch of different characters, all with different special powers and such. It's a freaking phenomenal game. So we've been playing a lot in the Discord. I love it. I really, really enjoy this game. I know, Shai, you played it with us. What do you think, man?
I can second everything you're saying. And just to confirm, it's on sale for $1 until April 22nd. It's normally a $20 game, and it's worth the $20 in my opinion. It's, like you said, it's got that Bomberman feel, but it's kind of got the fun and flair of Killer Queen Black mixed in. And you and I have had some hilarious duels where we're circling around each other, and then finally one of us finally gets each other. It's fun, but it's also deep in strategy. So you can take this game as seriously as you want. I laughed my head off. I was also glad to know you could hear the footsteps. I've only played on mute so far. So
well, so the funny thing is, so Shai, like TJ and I play a fairly similar game in that we try to get our character into kind of a safe spot and wait for somebody else to move and detect them and then try to find them. So eventually, if it comes down to a one-on-one with me and TJ, eventually we both just stop moving. Which is like the highest tension because like I've lost track of where he is. I generally am pretty good at knowing where I am, but I'm not really sure where he is, and I don't really want to take a step, and I don't know what to do, and I kind of feel him doing the exact same thing, which is really funny.
Yeah, it's got that tension of like a Western shootout, like who's gonna go, but I also don't know where he is. But your hand's ready on the gun, and it's hilarious. Or you see a bush rustle, and you're like, and then you go to move, and then I realize I'm not where I thought I was, and then I'm like, well, I think I'm on this square, and it's 5 squares away, so I'm gonna hit the D-pad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, shoot! Yeah. Versus playing with Dragon, who like runs around shooting everywhere. Yes.
And it's also good, so it's really fun. We've been playing a lot of it, so I recommend it to everyone.
Highly recommended. And I mean, at $1, come on. So
that's like a drop in the bucket. I mean, oh my god. Okay, I'm buying it tonight.
There you go.
Done deal. Wow.
Everybody, I thought I'd never say this, but be like Kevin.
In this particular way.
Oh my god, no. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Kevin.
Yeah, I do too.
The number of times that you have said, I'm just kidding, I love you, Kevin, on this show is a non-small number.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not going to defend myself. That's all I got.
Perfect.
Which is also a channel in our Discord.
Yeah, that's all I got for Invisigun. Pretty much go buy it. Please come to our Discord and play it. TJ, what do you want to talk about, man?
I've been all over, so you're going to get like a bunch of super briefs because I've been playing a lot of brief games here. Super Bit Blaster.
Any boxer games?
Boxer games?
Yeah, briefs, but not boxers.
Oh, I get it. Underwear jokes.
Hey,
oh, no.
We're 12 again.
Welcome to the Bush League Jump Podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my kind of humor. I'm just slow. But Super Bit Blaster XL is like this old school 80s arcade shmup, but it was like a couple bucks, and it's got 2 modes, auto fire or manual fire. There's different rocket ships, different loadouts, but it's just a fun game to chase high scores with. I was chasing Dr. Fact for a while, and then he like beat me badly, and I got sour and haven't played since. Actually, it's just been out of town. Actually, all this COVID-19 stuff hit, and transitioning to work from home, I need to get back to it. But that one's fantastic. Duck Souls Plus, a mini version of Celeste, and you're a duck. It's like a precision, tight platforming, tight controls. You have an 8-directional dash. You're an adorable little duck. It's got 100 levels that are cleverly designed. The mechanics change every 5 to 10 levels. It's quick. I think I beat it in one sitting, but it was worth the $3. Totally recommend that. I don't know how to say this one. Pikaniku?
That's about as good as I can do.
It was
Pikachu.
$1. It is like this environmental puzzler, story-driven platformer, absolute goofy. It's not like Homestar Runner, but it's got that same goofy level of humor.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah.
I can't get into this game for some reason.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious, but
a lot of people do. And I'm trying. I think it's funny. It's just it plays really weird.
Yeah, it's goofy as can be, and it was just a nice contrast to what's going on in the world.
Oh, that's fair.
I tried to hop into One Step from Eden, and I agree with you guys. It's a good game, but I played just long enough to have no idea what the heck's going on. I often don't get to play games completely focused unless everybody's in bed, and then I generally play Rocket League at that time. So it seems like a game that demands your full attention, and between just things going on in the house, I just haven't been able to give that one my attention, but that's on the back burner.
Well, keep in mind, you can pause it with the home menu.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I never think about the home button. Of course, then my son will come and load Mario Maker 2, and why? So I'm trying to be brief because I got a lot. I played Stardew. I've always only played that as like my daughter's helping hand. I'd let her tell us what to do, and I'd run around and, she was the boss and I was farmer. It's named after a game we played when she was young. And then I finally had my own farm and had a blast getting pretty far in there. And then Turing Test, it's Portal Clone.
Jeez, you do a lot.
I'm all over
Wow,
it. I'm trying to go quick. The Turing Test, interesting dialogue about AI, but the puzzles were... I was waiting for it to finally challenge me, and then the game was over, and I was like, oh, okay.
TJ is super smart, guys.
No, you could play like...
Rex.
Smart.
No. This game is...
This is why he teaches our nation's youth.
Oh dear. But anyway,
Yeah,
the story was compelling though, but I don't want to spoil anything. And then finally I bought Good Job on a whim, and I'm glad I did. It is hilarious. You can like optimize this game and try to be skilled, like you get higher grades for going fast and not breaking stuff. But if you give me a forklift and a pile of like $50,000 of inventory and I'm allowed to drive through it instead of around it, I mean, come on, rack up those bills. Like, it's hilarious. Or like, I needed to get a projector in a room and I couldn't figure out how to open a door. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. And there's a glass wall. So I put the projector on a power cord and I slingshotted that thing through like 3 walls and it was in the room. And I was like, and it pops up, good job. And I was like, yeah, it was. And like, that game's a lot of fun. You can play it in small bites. The little levels take like 10 minutes each. There's, I don't know how many, 36 or so.
Oh,
unless
nice.
There might be New Game Plus. I'm only like halfway through it, but totally recommend that one if you're into some fun puzzling, kind of another goofy game. You see a theme here with me. So that's kind of mostly what I've been playing. But then today I fell back on an old classic. This COVID-19. And I kind of said last time how I was enjoying being home. It's been a couple weeks, and I still am. But it's I think undeniable that this is affecting us all psychologically. And I was reading some articles how we may not even be aware of the effects it's having on us. And I've kind of seen it in my kids. And for me, an old fallback when I'm just having a moment, so to speak, is I go to play Celeste. And so I was playing that today. I have it on PC. My daughter, I've been playing Splatoon 2 as well. But my daughter then wanted to play. So my Switch was tied up. So I just... played Celeste, just started a new file. It's cathartic to play that game. It's relaxing. And so I don't know. It's made me grateful that we have video games at a time like this. We've discussed a lot, or at least you guys have. I wasn't there for a lot of the episodes, but how video games are such this great escape. They're an active medium. They're immersive. And I had a blog post on our blog, nintendojump.blogspot.com. Did I say that right? Or is it blogspot.net? Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
the first
the
one was right.
nintendojump.blogspot.com. Okay. I'm new here. But just how games help us connect with people in just ways, it's just different than like sitting down and watching a movie with somebody. And sometimes you don't even need to exchange words. And at a time where we need to connect with people in fun, but also meaningful ways, I'm just so grateful that we have this medium at our disposal. I mean, yeah, we get along without it, but I just think these times are so much better having gaming with us. And we've mentioned it briefly on this episode, and you hear us, here and there, hey, join our Discord, and we mean that when we say that, but just wanted to kind of take a second because I went from more a Discord member to being able to be on the show. Money goes a long way, but no,
Yeah, it does.
no, but seriously though, like and Daryl can tell you this. I have like no tolerance for internet stupidity. Even in like Rocket League, and I know in multiplayer games you're gonna find a bunch of turds. Like I just my tolerance is negative of it. I'm just like, you're an absolute idiot. Just I hope I never deal with you in my life again. Like I can't stand toxicity at all. And I've loved being in the NJP server from day one. And we just wanted to invite any of you who might be feeling isolated or wanting to connect with people to come to our server. It is just filled. I mean, everyone there is so positive and supportive. I'm being honest. I don't think I've seen any toxicity in the server at all. And even when people have different viewpoints, all the discussions stay cordial.
Argument is mostly like, I think this. Well, okay, but I think this, and oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and for real, I'm not trying to. Like I said, I was a member well before I ever came on this show, and I call it my favorite little corner of the internet. And so we just, if anyone out there is having a hard time dealing with this stuff, in all seriousness, please come join our Discord. Tons of multiplayer games are featured. We have Rocket League, Splatoon 2, Smash Brothers, Fortnite is mentioned, Invisigun. We got Killer Queen Black. We got Mario Maker, and I'm sure I'm leaving Overcooked 2. But there's also tons of support for single-player games. So one of my favorite things to do is just go to the one-player games channel and just rant. And it seems like every time I go, I've tried this stupid thing 100 times. Like every time I post, the next time I get it. So like our Discord also has great powers of helping you to overcome obstacles. No, but for real, everyone's been so supportive in there. And I'm sure there are times I've like overblown it or overstayed my welcome in a channel, but no one ever gives me grief. Everyone builds each other up in there. So it's not as an endorsement for the show or trying to get numbers or anything like that. Just in a genuine way, if you feel kind of out there and alone, look us up. If you find us at Nintendo Jump on Twitter, there's an invitation link in our bio. Please join us. We'd love to have you. It's an excellent community to connect with. So just kind of in the light of this situation with COVID-19, I just wanted to take a moment to make sure our listeners, please come. I think you'll be glad that you did.
Well, that was an excellent plug. I think our sponsors will be super happy about that with our extended numbers and stuff. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
That was very well said, Shai. I just gotta give you a clap, man. You just went on like this. I don't even know if soliloquy is the right term, but like I don't even know if I'm using it right. But I really enjoyed that, and I think it's important, to mention that our community is very positive. I mean, in a world where a lot of gaming communities are toxic, and there's a lot of like chit chat and people cussing each other out, and trying to see who's the better person in whatever senseless way. I mean, our community is very, very supportive, and I think our community is unheard of. Like, I think I'm gonna say right now, we have the best gaming community, the most nurturing one, and I think, and that's not to compete against other people, but I think that,
but it literally is. We are number one, guys.
Well, yeah,
take that L.
Well, I mean, and we gotta think that way sometimes, because we try really, really hard to create this sense of community, and for people to feel welcome, no matter who you are, where you're from. Like we just want to have this sort of. It's like paying it forward, right? Like one act of kindness can lead to a chain of that, and
yeah, and I mean, I'm involved there because I enjoy it. Right? Like, yeah. I'm involved because I like playing games with people. Like, almost every night, somebody's like, hey, you want to play something? And I'm like, yes. Like, it just happens. I play some version of Smash or Splatoon or Fortnite or Rocket League almost every day with people. And that's a new phase for me, which is kind of nice. I don't know. There's a lot of good things about it, but yeah. Please, join up. It'll be fun. We've gotten a few new members lately. So yeah, definitely shout outs to them and shout outs to you when you join. So there you go.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. It's time.
Oh.
It's time to actually get to the topic 40 minutes into the episode. Here we go.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Here we go.
Here we go. What's it gonna be?
Kevin, what are we doing, man?
Well, oh man, I'm ready. Ooh, I don't know what
You are so welcome for this.
Charge
I'm
it up.
ready. Here we go. Here we go. All right, y'all ready? Because I'm ready. Here we go. So, y'all have heard this before. Time and time again, we're gonna go. We're gonna do the on the spot segment.
It had a tail there.
Yeah, I
like that.
Good. Yeah. So on the spot part. I don't know, 8, 7? I don't
Whatever.
know. I lost count.
On the
after
spot is
5.
always fun, so we just do it when we
It's
are
on the
feeling like
spot.
having
Just
a
make a
fun
number
one.
up, man.
Do it.
On the
7.
spot, 34.
34. Oh, I like that number. Man, that's like
55.
All right.
okay. It's 55. All right. That's
No,
55.
55. Swiggity swell. Okay.
Ooh.
So you know the rules for this. We have not run these questions by each other. We're going to ask each other questions and ask each other to answer them as in depth, honestly, and quickly as possible. And I'm going to start with Sergio. What you got, man?
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm gonna start my question, and I'm gonna start with your answer. And it actually works.
Okay.
So,
Can I sit back? I need to.
I'm already
I need
afraid.
I need to process this right now.
no, let me explain. So, here's the question. What would be Nintendo's best version of the Final Fantasy VII Remake? In other words, what Nintendo game deserves that treatment and would be the most impactful? And I do want Daryl to go first because I feel like my answer is going to be his answer. So I want him to go for it.
Ooh.
So, how to answer this without spoiling some of Final Fantasy VII Remake? Are we talking a graphical controls playstyle remake or a rewrite the story remake?
Everything that you feel would make the game more impactful. Maybe you're thinking of a game that you think deserves another chance with a twist, like they're doing for Final Fantasy. Something that deserves more attention, or just something that would benefit a lot from getting like a huge visual upgrade.
Ouch.
You know what? I have my answer, and I think it might be the same, Daryl, if you
Oh.
answer it. So I'm gonna wait.
If you have your answer, go for it, man. Save me, please.
Okay. Well, great. I'm gonna say there's only one series that I want a remake from Nintendo right here, right now. Golden Sun. Oh yeah, remake.
Oh,
I want.
I think that's probably the right answer.
Yes.
To be honest, I think that's probably the correct answer.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
I wound up on that, or like I still say Advance Wars needs one. Yeah, you know me. I want a Mario 64 remake, but if we're talking like a story and whole game thing, then I got to go a lot deeper than that. Yeah, I think Golden Sun's the right answer. I really do.
Sergio, was that what you were thinking?
I mean, I would love that. I would be all for that. I just, I feel bad to say this, but I don't know if Golden Sun deserves that treatment. Like,
Careful.
honestly, okay, so
Wait,
I mean,
wait.
I love it. I love it for sure, big time. I love it more than the game that I thought you would go for, which is Super Metroid.
So see, yeah, and I can see why you would think that. To me, Super Metroid is absolutely perfect and does not need to be remade. I know the rumors that they are currently remaking it or something like that, and I'm cringing as I say that.
That's news.
Yeah. That's been like talked about here and there, that
Whoa.
there's going to be like a Super Metroid something, like kind of in the vein of Samus Returns, and that honestly makes me cringe because I think that the original game is perfect. I don't want it, like I don't want to see it remade because it's the same reason I wouldn't say Wind Waker, because could you improve that game? Yes. Do I really want you to? Not really. Like, just leave it.
Yeah.
That's a great game, but just put it on Switch. All right, so why Super Metroid, Surge?
I feel like like we have talked about it before, it's for the people that have played it, I feel like it made an impact. But I feel like it didn't grab as many people as it could have. A lot of people probably dismissed it. I feel like Metroid overall, like it's not a series that a lot of Nintendo fans have played. Like most
True.
people that play Nintendo games, we know them because of the Mario's, the Smash Brothers, the Zeldas, even Mario Kart. And then when you ask about Metroid, most of them don't even know who Samus might be. So I feel like a remake of arguably the best game in the series. I'm assuming it would be a big remake. You know, it would be, of course, crazy looking 3D. It wouldn't be side scroller anymore. They would go all out with the changes, but I feel like it might be for the best.
Okay, fair enough. I would play a 3D Super Metroid. Fair enough.
Isn't that Metroid Prime?
Kind of, but
Kinda.
Super has a better world for me. Yeah.
Well, I'm with you. I'm a huge Super fan. I'm also with Serge. I'm blown away like that Metroid's not one of the top sellers of all time. And every time I read it never performs well, I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, I mean I can argue pretty easily that Super Metroid and Metroid Prime are two of the best games ever made.
Sold.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I got a question for your question, Serge. Does it have to
Sure.
be Nintendo first party? 'Cause
Not
otherwise,
necessarily.
Star Wars Rogue Squadron or Rogue Leader. Actually,
Oh God,
Rogue
that's a good
Squadron 2.
answer.
Oh.
Give me that full graphical overhaul, modern gameplay,
Yes.
fleshed out story, online multiplayer co-op. Give me that game. Let's go.
I would buy it day -5 as Kevin.
Yes. 236%.
237 for me. All
We
right.
ramped
Oh
it
dang,
up,
we're
so-
upping the percentage now.
It's going to be off the charts here soon. So that's my answer. Specifically 2, but I'd take all of them if they'd give them to me.
Nice. All right. So I think we solved that question. 3 very good choices actually.
Nice.
Kevin, what is your first question, man?
My first question, and Sergio has mentioned the name of this in such a way that I will reveal it. The next Mario Kart, I'm sure it's going to be called Mario Kart 9. Now, so before I
Mario
ask the
Kart
question-
8-2.
Well, if they follow Apple and Microsoft, there won't be a 9, so...
Mario
technically-
Kart 2nd.
Well, technically Mario Kart 8-2 is on the Switch. You know, Mario Kart 8 DX.
Mario
Anyway.
Kart 8-3.
So in the original Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, it introduced a anti-gravity mechanic, right, where the wheels turn from vertical to horizontal. Kind of reminds you of F-Zero, right? You know. So anyway, so well, not really, but
A little
So-
bit, yeah.
a little bit. Okay, well, whew, that was good.
With blue shells.
I don't like those when I'm in first place, unless I have the horn. But anyway, so in Mario Kart 9, you know, what kind of mechanic or what sort of like visual thing or whatever should it introduce? Like,
Planes.
should it planes?
Like, how quick was that?
Planes, next question.
Yeah.
Oh man!
So I did play Diddy Kong Racing and Sonic Racing Transformed, and planes work really well in racing games. Like, really, really well. So, yeah, give me 2 things. So, I would love to see, like, changing track mechanics more. So, as you go around the laps, like, the laps literally change the track. That'd be cool. But then, too, yeah, actual flying. Not glider, actual, like, flying. That'd be awesome.
It's a good choice. Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat and give you 2.
Ooh.
One, when you drift, some type of a mechanic that like builds up a boost, almost like a nitro. So it's like a skill based and strategy thing. Do I save it? Do I use it now? And 2, the stats of the different parts of the car have them more meaningful. So many of them are identical in 8 and just cosmetic. I would like actual strategy into your build. And two, so many of the characters are just clones of each other in terms of stats. I would like to see the game more involved that way, or have a mode where you could get more involved that way. You could have like a simple and a, I don't know, advanced mode or something. So I'd like the stats to matter and a more advanced drift mechanic.
Yeah, I think you really need to make baby Daisy a little bit more just unique, you know? Just I'm sorry.
And better variety of characters.
Better characters.
Three things.
Yes.
There we go.
Dang.
Nice.
Very
Sergio.
good.
I'm thinking we're gonna go underground for this. So one item one item that you might get randomly is gonna be a drill. And if you decide to use it, there's gonna be two modes, and most of the regular modes that we know, if you use the drill, you might end up further in the track, so basically it's like a good shortcut, or you might end up a little bit behind. It's random, so it's up to you
Nice.
if you want to use it or not.
Risk
There's
reward.
another mode where whenever you use the drill, you actually end up on a different track. So it's kind of like an endless racer type of thing. I don't know how this is gonna work,
That just
but it
blew
sounds
out of
fun.
water.
Like,
Map us out a sample track on your island, and we'll go visit.
also, I think we all missed the whole like track editor thing, which would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd love
Dang.
too a slider for the items like you have in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Oh.
I turned my 1 into 4. I'm pretty good at cheating at this on the spot thing. All right.
Kevin, what you have, man?
Man, yeah, that was really good. For me, I just want a mode that will adhere more for a competitive Mario Kart experience because so many times in the history of Mario Karts where it's like I feel like, oh, maybe this could be like a esports sort of thing, but it never happens, and it's always like casual. I mean, and granted, like Mario Kart is a casual competitive game, right? Like where there's a lot of luck with the shells and the blue shells and bananas and stuff, and even if you limit it to like green shells and red shells and bananas, there's always some sort of imbalance. Like it's not fair enough. The balance is not there. What I want in Mario Kart 9 is more of a overhaul of having, casual and competitive, separated, but in a way where like you can get good at Mario Kart and be able to compete and be and have it promoted as one of the premier esports of our generation. I really want that to happen. I don't know exactly how they could do it, but I want that to happen so bad because I love Mario Kart 8. I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Every Mario Kart.
Admittedly, seeing Mario Kart at Evo would be really funny.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, it'd be so cool. And then, like, gosh, can you imagine like having like your race suit or whatever you call it, and like having like different like sponsors on them, and then like having an actual helmet, and then be able to play on the Switch or the next Nintendo console.
My Luigi has a Jimmy John's logo on his helmet. It's great.
That would be great. Oh man, they have good sandwiches. So that's what I want. So I just want it could be like different power ups, or I don't know, just something. I'm thinking about this in a way where like I just want it to be a tournament mode ready game. Nintendo,
Which
please.
would go along with item sliders and planes. Anyways,
Planes would be great. Yeah.
no, I'm gonna go to my question actually because I want to. I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys to make the best Nintendo spin-off game.
Oh. Damn.
And
Okay.
I can
On
go
it.
first. Okay.
Oh no, I got it.
Okay.
Oh dang.
I wanna. Well, I don't know if this is quite what. I guess this is more of a mashup. I guess I don't know if it's a spin-off, so I can redo this if this doesn't meet your question. But I would love to take Mario Odyssey movement and mechanics, throw it into 2D, and totally turn it into like a Metroidvania where you're getting different power-ups that stay, not like Mario
my
and you get hit
God.
and the flower pops out, but like you can shoot fireballs, that's like a power you have, or like different things within the Mushroom Kingdom with a meaningful story. So a spin-off of Odyssey turned into a Metroidvania, unless that's not the nature of your question.
A Mariovania.
Yes.
I like that.
Ooh.
Okay.
I
I
love
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Dang.
Either you guys ready?
Yeah. Man,
Okay.
I'm ready. You know,
basketball
for me,
thieving game.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. That's not my answer. Okay, like
Okay.
that's.
What is your answer?
Okay, my answer is I'm a big point and click adventure fan, right? You know, I love that genre. You know, I've talked about Tim Schafer so many times. I want that, but with Mario characters. You know, like instead of the 2D platforming or the 3D platforming, like I want a point and click adventure game with Mario. No, excuse me, Luigi. I want Luigi as the main character, okay? And just for him to, it'll be Mario's Missing Part 2, you know? Point and click adventure game. You know, Luigi is on this adventure and you know, he's solving puzzles and just trying to find where Mario is. I want that to happen. I love point and click adventure games. I love Luigi and Mario and other Nintendo characters. I just want that to happen, you know, and it could be like a 30-hour story. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd play that. I mean, I'd play that. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, Serge.
Oh man, I don't know if this counts. I hope it does.
I like all the caveats.
I'm thinking of a game. It's called Shigeru Says. You play as Shigeru Miyamoto, and you are presented with different game ideas, and you have to pick the worst one.
No.
Yes, you're gonna say no a lot.
I want to see a Paper Mario game with new partners. No.
Yes, exactly.
It's like Papers, Please, but just with game design.
Dang.
Oh, that's great. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys to picture this. So we've been talking about Splatoon needs something in the IP, but maybe not an actual Splatoon game because they're kind of busy doing this whole island simulator game. I don't know. So I'm thinking a Splatoon flavored extreme sports game. Okay, so keep the Inklings, keep the styles, keep everything you do, but I'm gonna make it some sort of like Tony Hawk style game. And when I'm thinking of that, there already kind of is one. I don't know if you guys have heard of Crayola Scoot, but it's an actual scooter game with extreme sports, and you're painting the ground and stuff. So I'm gonna kind of do that, but that game is okay. But I want to do it like Splatoon style, and I want to keep some of the shooting elements. Right? But after having listened to Kevin in this episode talk about Vigor, I got a better idea. So, and it's not necessarily like, I wanted a Splatoon scooter, kind of battle game of some sort. But I'm actually going to throw some online battle royale / loot mechanics into it. So, I mean, you mentioned that Vigor was a looter shooter. So what I actually want is a cuter scooter looter shooter.
Say that 10 times fast.
That's our guest at NJP.
I'm going to get extremely good at it and make my same rules like I did for Splatoon, and then I would become a cuter scooter looter shooter tutor. And yes, did I ask a question just to set up a joke? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm so sorry.
Hey, as someone who competitively speeds reads Fox and Socks against my wife, I weld 10 out of 10. So come for the game discussion, stay for the scooter tutor jokes.
Cuter, scooter, looter, shooter, tutor. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cuter, scooter,
you can
looter,
tutor me
shooter.
in that game.
Yeah.
I would totally play that game, though.
Yeah,
I imagine
man.
you're in the half pipe, but then like you're shooting the ink on the ground to mess up the other guy, and that would be awesome.
It'd be great.
Oh man,
I'm actually like kind of serious. That'd be great. All right, TJ, what's your question so I can redeem some of my pride here?
Oh no, yours is good. I don't know. Mine now that I've heard your questions, maybe not in the right flavor. But I was just gonna ask which video game character has been the most important in all of video gaming's history, but just one.
yikes!
Wow, that's very hard. You mean of all history?
Yeah, like which ones you could go for the biggest impact on the industry, or which
Specifically a
ones
character?
games? Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be Mario, right?
I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
I got a different answer.
Ooh.
I mean, so like he certainly wasn't the first. but he did bring gaming to more people. He was kind of the first like poster child of video gaming. Like, Pac-Man was kind of a character ahead of it, and there were a few, but I think Mario was really when it like just really shot off. So I mean, in terms of overall importance, I almost got to say Mario.
All right, I would argue Donkey Kong.
Yeah, he's right there with him.
Plus, I like Donkey Kong more. I like DK more than Mario, so DK is like my favorite Nintendo character, either him or Yoshi. So, but yeah, I don't know. Or some people could argue like, yeah, they were important in the beginning, but these other characters have given different impetus to different things in the industry. Or you could argue without the beginning, there is no industry, but could have always had a revival. So
I would have a very hard time arguing anything not Nintendo here.
Yeah.
Just in terms of overall
argue like Master Chief gave the Xbox, kind of got them on the scene and has totally helped design the modern scene we have today.
He's a blank character. I mean, the gameplay did. Halo did, for sure. Yeah. But the character?
Yeah, it's true. I guess if you go by the nature of the question.
I mean, the closest I get is, I think, Lara Croft. I think is about the closest I could get to, like, somebody that off Nintendo that would rival that, but...
I don't know. Kevin or Serge, you got anything?
Well, you can't say Crash Bandicoot because, I mean...
Because those games suck? Or...
That's a lot.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I wasn't going to say it.
Sony, if you hear me, we don't condone this.
I'm not a part-time Sony fanboy like Kevin, so
Well, hold on. I'm not just a part-time. I'm like 60% in, man. Like,
all right, so... Wait, 60%? So get out. Get out, man. Go find the PlayStation Jump podcast. Get out.
TJ got promoted.
No.
All right, so who's your actual character? And I want you to think very carefully about this, because if you say Crash Bandicoot, I'm going to seriously consider the validity of what I just said.
well, I said not Crash Bandicoot. I was
okay, good.
That. Yeah. Gosh, that is really hard. I mean, Mario and Donkey Kong are really good choices. I'm gonna go out for a limb. I'm gonna say Sonic. I think Sonic. I don't want. Gosh, I'm already in it for.
Oh, you're deep in it now, man.
I'm deep in it now. Well, I don't know if
Sergio, your rebuttal. I mean, why Sonic? Seriously.
I think Sonic is I think it's a decent choice for this one because it's you're looking at a business that was going head to head against like the giants of like Nintendo, and a little bit of history back in the day. Nintendo was very, very strict on like their proprietary process of like how they charge different companies and different developers like a set fee for publishing their games, and for Sega, they want to make it more open. There's a book on this. I'm totally blanking now, but it's a really good book. I'll link it in the show notes later. But
Console Wars.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is a good book.
Console Wars, and basically, Sega wanted to make it more open for other developers to not adhere to that strict standard. And this is like 80s, 90s Nintendo. Okay, it's not the Nintendo that we know now. And they needed someone like some sort of like mascot to represent who they are at the time of like just blazing the trails and making a move on the scene to compete against the monopoly that is Nintendo. And I think Sonic was a good fit. Now, even though the message of how blast processing and like just how fast Sonic is and the games, but it created a huge movement of like, hey, like there are other awesome characters out there that can make a big impact, and just that it fueled the fire of competitive, like, well, I don't want to say it's healthy competition, but just a competition between Nintendo and Sega to the point where they're making.
It was healthy competition. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it goes a long way to shaping the industry to what it is today, and eventually it led to PlayStation.
I gotta say, your argument got a lot stronger after you mentioned the character.
Yeah.
Like the initial mention, I'm like,
no, that's actually a solid pull because
it's not bad. That's not
without
bad.
That rivalry. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, and the thing is, without Sonic, I do not think we would have the quality of games that we have today. I think he played a huge role. I don't say he's the most important, but I think he's one of the most important for sure. So
Okay.
I'm sold. That was good.
Sergio,
Okay.
Nice.
beat that.
Oh well.
The T shape in Tetris.
No, Sergio is like 1000% going KK Slider here. Just wait. Go ahead.
No. But I wonder, TJ, if I'm cheating with this answer.
Oh, there's no cheating.
I'm thinking Link.
I thought that, so no, go for it.
In the sense that we as the players make the character, and
So you're saying you're the best character.
no, the player is whoever is playing. I feel like Nintendo does take that into account. I was listening to an old podcast with an interview of the developers, Eiji Aonuma, and he mentioned that Nintendo does take into account that they want Link to be a blank canvas, and they don't make him do certain things or even react a certain way because they know they want the player to be Link. And I feel like other than Zelda, I know there's other franchises that have tried that, and I don't think they have been successful. Zelda has, and Link is us. We are Link. And in a way, I think that makes him very important.
That's a good pull, because I know Mario's the poster child for the revival of home gaming, but I'm of the opinion that obviously the industry would look different. I think gaming eventually would have made a comeback, especially as technology's ramped up and it's improved, so... I could see Link. It changed the face of gaming. I mean, I remember getting involved with Zelda with my dad, and it was way different and more involved than just playing Mario. So good pull, Serge.
I think
That's a good
Zelda's the
choice.
best series in gaming, and I know that makes me kind of a fanboy, and I'll wear that. That's okay. But I do think Zelda is the best series in gaming. I think it has at least 2 of the top 5 games ever made. So
Wand of Gamelon
and Zelda's Adventure, yes. No, that's a good point. Man, we came up with some good answers on that one.
That was good. Yeah, man, 4 great choices right there.
All right, I think we're gonna do one more round of this. So
Here we go.
Sergio, I want you to think carefully and ask your last question.
this is going to be fun.
Here we go.
So I have 3 franchises for each of you. You don't know them yet. You're going to pick at random. And when I give you your franchise, you're going to give me a gaming genre that would be the craziest for that franchise. You don't want to pick something that's logical, something that you would want to play. You want to pick the craziest thing that you can imagine. For example, if the franchise is Animal Crossing, you're probably going to say something like a first-person shooter. That is nuts. And we want that.
All right.
So, Daryl, you're going first.
Okay.
Pick between A, B, or C.
C.
You get Star Fox.
Ooh.
Sports game.
Basketball?
Soccer.
Ah.
Star Fox Strikers.
Oh, man.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Wait, in or out of the R-Wings?
Both.
Nice.
Whoa.
Rocket League meets Star Fox. I'm in.
There we go.
Very nice. I love it. Your choices, by the way, were Pikmin, Smash Brothers, and Star Fox.
Okay.
Cool. Kevin, A, B, or C?
B.
You get Golden Sun.
Oh, Golden Sun. Dang it. Oh. Okay, hold on. Visual novel. Ah. Done.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, that would actually work okay.
No. Ow. Okay, that wasn't crazy enough then.
Unexpected,
yeah,
but
I was-
very welcome.
Basketball thieving. Okay.
Oh, no.
I was avoiding to say that. That was the first thing that came in my mind. I'm like, no.
Of course it was.
Yeah. The genre of all genres. What are my other choices?
Nice. It was Pokemon, F-Zero, or Golden Sun.
Oh man. Okay.
All right, Shai. A, B, or C?
But with A, they picked B and C.
You're getting Nintendogs.
Nintendogs.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, I was going to say like a WWE sim, but I don't want to be like dogfighting. But That's what I want to go for, like a WWE wrestling sim. Golden Retriever versus Boxer. Let's go.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
Rated M.
I I am too on the spot. I don't know. It'd be rated 14 out of 10 though. They're all good boys. So.
Oh, nice. Well, it was either Nintendo's Mario Brothers 2D or 3D. You were getting both, and Mario Kart.
Nice. I should have picked C.
Yep.
Ah.
All right. Is that your question, Serge?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Kevin,
great.
back to you, man.
Okay.
Hey, wait. We didn't have Sergio answer his own.
That's right, Sergio.
I can't answer. How do I answer?
Well,
All right. Okay, Kevin.
we'll give you-
Kevin.
Yeah.
You think of a game. That game is
Okay.
A. I'll think of a game. That game is B. Shy Guy, you think of a game. That game is C. Sergio,
I'm on
A,
it.
B, or C?
A.
That's me, right?
Yeah.
Tekken.
Rhythm game.
No.
Nice.
Great.
I like
Rhythm
that.
dancing game. Give me Pop Idol Tekken game.
So I was Rocket League there.
That's what I was.
Okay. So
Oh.
you had Tekken or 2 Rocket Leagues. There you go.
There you go. That's
Oh
cool.
man.
All right, Kevin, now what's your question, man?
All right. Here we go. Oof. All right. So just picture this, okay? All right. Visual novel. All right. Visual novel. If you were to make a visual novel game with Mario characters, what would be a high-level premise of the situation? Would Mario be in a coffee shop, as a barista, talking to other Mario characters? Would he be, I don't know, going into a different part of history and talking to different, historical figures like Abraham Lincoln, or that one Viking from Norway, or is it Eric the Red? I don't know.
All right.
that-
All right,
okay.
I've got it.
Okay.
You're
What-
not Mario. You're Luigi. You're on a
Ooh.
psychologist's couch about why everybody seems to love Mario, even though Luigi is far superior. And you keep going through different memories of his as part of the visual novel until he figures it out. And your goal is to get Luigi off that couch to believe in himself so then he can save the world. And finally, he gets the credit he deserves because Luigi is better than Mario.
You hear Nintendo? We demand royalties for this idea.
Let's go.
There we go.
Well, what I'm actually thinking is that you will play as Mario, but you're gonna be playing the secret life of Mario that nobody really knows. And I don't want to spoil it because, it's the end of the game, but basically what Mario is doing is he's in cahoots with Bowser on how to keep kidnapping Peach over and over again. And actually, what we don't know is that Mario has been losing because he wants to get rid of her permanently. We don't know why. Again, I don't want to spoil it. So whenever he rescues her, he's actually not winning. And yeah, he's working with Bowser. So that's what you're going to be doing in this game.
You hear Nintendo? A Mario remake. There we go.
So I'm going full Ace Attorney here. And I'm going full Ace Attorney, but the main character is Toad. And, if you know anything about Toad, he's not that smart of a guy. So it's not like you're really figuring out the answer, but you're kind of stumbling onto the answer as you go through the courtroom cases. And I want you to envision these courtroom cases with the glowing characters such as Spike or Hammer Brothers. And you can corner the Hammer Brothers by just asking, why are you so awful? And then they start sweating, and then you dig in a little bit, and it's all done in Toad voice. So yeah, it's great. Objection. Yeah, perfect. That's the game I want right there.
Is Toad in a full suit?
Yes.
Sold.
Dang.
Yes.
I'm getting it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there you go, Nintendo and Capcom. You got 3 awesome ideas. Make it happen.
All right. I'm gonna keep the same order, so I'm gonna go. I want you guys to tell me something that your favorite game or series could have done better or made it actually the perfect game.
Oh boy. All right, I'll go. I'm already ready for this one. Um, okay. So there's one game, right? Final Fantasy 15. I mean, gosh, the one thing
That
that it
is
could have
in no
done.
way your favorite game. That is not.
That's
I'm throwing the flag on that one. No, 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 no.
Alright, I'll backtrack. I won't choose Final Fantasy 15.
I want you to go with the top 10, yeah, the top number one, 10 out of 10. Your favorite game. Why does it suck?
Damn. All right. In that case, I got to wait a little bit then. Damn, why does it suck?
I'm gonna cheat the question. Even though at first I thought I could never beat Chapter 9 in Celeste, now that I have, I want more of the game. But in a meaningful way, give me D sides. I don't know, give me something. Give me Chapter 10.
That is cheating. More of. I want more.
It is. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10. You told me to pick my favorite game of all time.
Why does it suck, TJ?
Because I suck at it.
Oh,
It makes me mad
no.
sometimes. There's nothing wrong with it. That's a hard question. I mean, that's why it's my favorite game of 30 plus years of gaming.
Okay. Sergio, can you answer this question?
Right now, what I'm thinking is, of course, my current or new favorite game is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I would love a 3D free roaming camera. I don't want to be looking at the same
Oh.
angles of everything all the time. Let me look around, Nintendo.
Yeah. The weird thing is you can inside.
Yeah, exactly. Just let me do that everywhere.
They don't want you seeing the backside of that island, man. There's
You're
there's
growing
some
back
stuff,
there.
man. All right, fair enough, Kevin. Time's up, man.
All right, man. One of my favorite games, F-Zero on the SNES, man. 2-player. Why can't you have 2-player? Ah, gosh, damn. None of that time trial, time attack, computer times BS like that people would do a lot.
That's actually a good answer.
Yeah.
That's the main thing keeping that game down for me.
I
I actually get the easy road because my favorite game is notably flawed, and everybody kind of knows it. So if you want me to talk about Wind Waker and how I can make it better, I can.
Ooh.
But it's still my favorite game. But I'm gonna go something different. I'm gonna go like everybody complains about the same things in Wind Waker. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say, well, I want that chopped up dungeon or anything like that. I want more interesting items in Wind Waker. You kind of get like the staples, but most of the items are just kind of like redone from what you had before. The grappling hook is nice. The Deku Leaf is like one of my favorite Zelda items, but I want something, something as impactful as, give Toon Link the magnetic powers that that Breath of the Wild Link has. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we all cheated that question. TJ,
No.
TJ, what you got, man?
All right. There's no shortage of sim games out there. So I want you to sell me on a simulation game that is in the universe of, or in an existing gaming universe. So, perhaps you're going to do something like a sim game in the Mario universe or something, but tell me why it would be fun or why I should play it over like, Stardew or Animal Crossing. I want a fresh sim game idea.
Don't like sim games, guys. I got a problem on this question because I can't sell something that I don't like, guys.
Well, you asked me to find a flaw in a perfect game, so.
Oh, I got one. Can I
All
go?
right.
All right. Okay. We're gonna talk about a franchise that I obviously love without any flaws.
Oh,
right?
no. You're taking my answer, aren't you?
Yo, Pokemon, right? I mean, Pokemon. And spoiler alert, there was a lot of flaws of Pokemon. Anyway, so sorry, Sergio. I now it'll be interesting if you're thinking about what I'm thinking about this. So
Yeah. So what are we doing in your sim game? What's our objective here?
I'm gonna tell you, man. So you're a Pokemon League organizer, okay? So you have like a plot of land, right? And you can shape it into any way like you want in terms of like the cities and how you want to and the gyms, right? There's gonna be 8 gyms. You can have any types and then you can choose who's going to be in those gyms, which Pokemon, and and pretty much have it so that they'll be at certain levels, so that like trainers will come and try to fight these gyms. And the thing is like in the Pokemon games, we always see the protagonist beat these gyms really easily, right? Because they're like you go through challenge after challenge. But I want to see the.
Wait, you're telling me that gym leaders not using 6 Pokemon is a problem?
Not so much that.
Crazy.
I'm
I know,
still on
right?
Gym 4, so I don't know what you're talking about. But
No, I mean like in the sense of like, well, I want to see more of like a realistic like trainer success to failure ratio of like fighting gyms, and then like I want to just have like a very competitive, create a simulation of a competitive like league where you'll see some trainers who maybe they'll take a few more times to beat Gym 1, or maybe they'll go until Gym 5 and then they struggle a little bit and they come back, or they never will again because there's no way they'll be the best. There never was.
Wait. So you're saying this is a game in which I could enlist a group of adults to beat the crap out of aspiring children and crush their dreams?
Exactly.
Done.
that's basically what teaching is. So
Done.
Yes.
I'm in.
So
I'm in on this.
And
All right.
there's gonna be a rating, right? So depending on the happiness of the trainers or the sadness, and
all right.
they'll-
And you get more points for more sadness. Okay.
right.
Sergio, what's yours, man?
I have an awesome answer. So, you land on a planet that you are not familiar with, and the very first thing that you do is you find a couple of flowers, and you start crossing them. You get different colors, different types of flowers. Eventually, out of those flowers, this is not very defined just yet, but somehow you get a partner, and you keep playing the game, and eventually you have children, and you start populating this brand new planet that you are very small within, but it's basically Pikmin in a life sim.
All
You
right.
just keep
Oh.
playing. You
That'd be kind of
grow
cool.
your family into populating the entire world, and with all different types of colors and variations of flowers, which are the Pikmin.
Excellent. I'd play it.
Yeah, that'd be
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
So I lied a little bit.
Down for that.
I realized I actually do like a certain kind of sim game. I used to play a lot of the tycoon games.
Oh, roller coaster.
Yeah, my favorite one was probably Dino Park Tycoon, where you're actually designing an amusement park for dinosaurs. So I'm gonna go with Nintendo Land Tycoon.
Nice.
Like I'm responsible for making the Nintendo themed theme park. That would be pretty cool.
That would be. That's a good pull. So, all right.
Sweet.
This will come as a huge surprise. I would do a Rocket League sim where, but you're managing a team. It's like Football Manager crossed with Rocket League. So you're having to worry about funding for different parts for your cars and keeping your drivers happy. And even though I think the actual game, they're supposed to be remote control, but we're going to put people in there. They survived the Dems. Don't ask how. But
Yeah,
so
get out of
you-
there, Kronovi. You
Yeah,
suck.
and you can try to get better players from other teams and kind of jive for them and upgrade and everything. And maybe I'll actually get good at that one. But I think it'd be fun. And you could even watch the matches, or you could just have them simulated real fast. So Rocket League meets Football Manager, Rocket Manager. I don't know.
I like
Oh,
that.
nice.
So
With a title like that, come on, man.
yes,
You
yes.
have me at Football Manager. I'm ready.
All
There
right,
you go.
all right. We crushed that one, I think.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's actually gonna do us. So Sergio, it is time to ask the real questions and start wrapping it.
Sure. So, for our question for last week was, what's your favorite fruit and your least favorite fruit? We had a bunch of answers from our Discord. So, Dragon told us his favorite fruit is dragon fruit. He's saying, no, just kidding. It's actually mango, a juicy mango.
Nice.
And his least favorite is kiwi.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Action told us that his favorite is raspberry and the least favorite, grapefruit. Also, Link Triforce said favorite is blueberry. Least favorite is orange or grapefruit. He says he cannot stand the smell of orange.
What?
Dang.
Ooh.
Man, the hate against orange is real. Man, I don't even know.
Cube told us his favorite is lemon, and the least liked has to be lychee.
Oh, wow. Okay. All good.
Lama Libre also told us favorite fruit is pineapple, least favorite is kiwi. And arguably the best answer this week is by an old friend of us, Townsperson 5. And they said the best possible fruit ever to grace these lands has to be the humble durian.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Of course.
There are no bad fruits other than the specific fruit that Kevin says is the best.
Yes. I agree. So, Kevin, what is the worst fruit on the planet? Meaning, what is your favorite? Like, the best? Yeah.
So my favorite is durian in opposite land. So it's the worst. My least favorite fruit is durian, obviously. My favorite gotta be grapes, man. I love grapes. Ooh, I haven't eaten them in a while, but I love grapes, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is banana. Least favorite is either melon or cantaloupe. It smells bad.
See, I'm with you.
Mm.
Favorite's pineapple, cantaloupe. Get your act together, man. What are you doing with your life? Like, why are you even in the fruit family? It's an embarrassment. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm really ambivalent on a lot of fruits. Like, I don't really like them and I don't really dislike them, but if I'm going to pick a favorite, probably banana. Probably. Least favorite is kind of hard. I hate raw tomatoes. I like cooked tomatoes, though, so I don't know if that counts. Not a huge fan of peaches, so maybe peaches.
Oh man, you won't like my Animal Crossing island.
I mean, I have oranges.
He already didn't. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, hey, okay, that's not.
I'll
all right.
screenshot the DMs later.
Yeah, I came to your island and
Fine.
it sucked. I'm kidding. Mine is so much better. No, it's not. It's not. I'm not inviting anybody to my island because I'm literally embarrassed of it. So there you go.
Oh, come on, that's
Well, you're all invited to my island. I got high turnip prices.
sweet. Count me in.
Nice. So, we have this week's weekly question of the week. For those of you that thought we were done with eggs,
WQOTW.
Yeah.
we are not. Our question this week: how do you like your eggs? How do you prefer to eat eggs?
Oh goodness,
Oh my
I
god.
do this.
We're trending back away from video games now.
Man, Sergio, I already have my answer, but I'm gonna wait till next week.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotta wait.
Yes.
Them's
Gotta
the
wait.
rules.
But I hope that people would have the same would agree with me, or have the same answer as me.
Stay tuned next week to find out.
Raw in a glass Rocky style. There you go.
Oh, that would be my third favorite ask.
All right.
Alrighty.
Sergio, please save us, man.
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. We're going to jump out of here. But you can keep the discussion going by chatting with us on our Discord group. The description for this episode has a link to our Discord if you would like to join. We are also on Twitter and on Instagram as Nintendo Jump, and we also have a Facebook group. Please send us any feedback that you have at nintendojumppodcast@gmail.com. The best way to support this show is through our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/NintendoJump, or also by leaving a review for the show in your favorite podcast application. Either way, we would really appreciate it. This is Sergio, and on behalf of Daryl, Kevin, and Shai, thanks for listening. We hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Ba 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 whoa whoa ba 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 whoa whoa whoa.
Doing right there, man?
I'm okay. That's from
Nice.
Final Fantasy VII. I don't know the name of the song.
That's the
What is-
6th time that Final Fantasy VII has come up, man. Gotta move
Yes.
on. Gotta move
I'm
on.
not.
Seven's
It's all-
the charm.
It's all about the past. I'm just kidding. It's all about the future.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Guys.